G'day Australia. Cory Bernardi is about to join One Nation. A statement has just been released by the One Nation leader, Pauline Hanson, that the former Liberal and then Australian Conservatives senator is about to rejoin politics. He will be the South Australian leader of One Nation at the upcoming state election. The announcement will be made formally tomorrow in Adelaide, and Cory Bernardi will join us on Paul Murray Live tomorrow night from Adelaide. A notice has just been sent to the media that the One Nation leader, Pauline Hanson, will be in Adelaide with the former Senator for South Australia, Cory Bernardi, as the party's leader in the state and lead candidate for the Legislative Council election, which is on March the 21st. This is the most significant defection in state politics for some period of time, and certainly a major announcement in terms of people wanting to rejoin politics and rejoin politics under the banner of the surging One Nation. There had been speculation that this was to be a federal political announcement, but no, this is an announcement about Cory Bernardi leading the upper house ticket in the South Australian election. It's important to know that you need about 8% of the vote. One Nation is polling well above that right now across South Australia to win an upper house seat. It is a statewide vote, and therefore the chances of the polling turning into an elected representative is pretty good. Cory Bernardi is about to join One Nation, formally announced tomorrow, and our mate will be here to talk about the whys and what he wants to do and why he wishes to re-enter politics under the flag of One Nation tomorrow night, exclusive here on Paul Murray Live. As we know, tomorrow the Reserve Bank is likely to raise interest rates. Now, hopefully it doesn't. Hopefully the media has collectively got it wrong, but the expectation is that by this time tomorrow night we are talking about having to pay even more off our home loans.
Rate hike is looking all but certain when the RBA delivers its first decision of the year tomorrow.
Mortgage holders are bracing themselves with the Reserve Bank expected to raise interest rates tomorrow.
Now, traditionally, I could take you uphill and down dale through an awful lot of information about why this is taking place, but you know the reality that inflation is now out of control. It is back to closer to 4% than it is 3%, and the Reserve Bank wants it between 2 and 3%. Literally 12 months ago was when the first of the interest rate cuts took place in 2025. It helped secure the re-election of the Labor government. But the Treasurer is, of course, going to have to find a way to, well, accept the blame. Although the ABC is reporting this evening that he has rejected any responsibility for high inflation. But with no further ado and no further song and dance, I just want to point you to Jim Chalmers in 2022, when he was in opposition and rates went up once. They went up a further 12 times after he became Treasurer, and they will go up for the 13th time, probably tomorrow. Pay attention to what Jim Chalmers used to say when interest rates go up.
This is a full-blown cost of living crisis on Scott Morrison's watch, and now interest rate rises are about to be part of the pain. Now, this Prime Minister has an excuse for everything and a plan for nothing.
Well, of course, the plan of the Labor Party when they were making those statements was, and I quote, from the Prime Minister and the Labor Party, that a Labor government will lower the cost of living. And we know that that is not true, that that has not happened in virtually any way, shape or form. And to drive the point home, while tomorrow the Federal Parliament will vote on freezing the federal government taxes on beer, on spirits the taxes will continue to increase. In fact, just this week, spirit taxes have now hit $108 a litre. And this means, according to the Spirits and Cocktails people of Australia, imagine having that job, the latest rise will mean $32 of a standard 700ml bottle of gin or whiskey is now tax going straight to the government. And while the government will want praise on the day when interest rates will potentially increase tomorrow, you should also know that they have increased taxes just in the past couple of days on petrol. And if you wanted to know why Pauline Hanson is surging, it's because she is the only major political leader who isn't just noticing this, but making noise about it tonight.
The Labor Party, they are going to increase fuel excise tomorrow. It's going up to 52.6 cents a litre plus GST. It's the first one of this year. You have another one that's happening later in the year. Don't forget that.
It is now more than half of every dollar that you spend per litre on petrol is now tax. You go to the Australian Taxation Office website and it will show you that now 52.6 cents of every single litre of petrol that you buy, every single time you buy petrol, 52.6 cents per litre goes to the government, who tomorrow will try to pretend that they care about cost of living if interest rates hit the 13th rise on their watch. You saw their outrage and how personal the cost of living situation was, and was all to blame off one interest rate rise under the previous government, an increase in petrol, an increase in spirits, and a whole lot of other taxes, which mean this government is getting more tax than any government ever before. But this government is spending more money than any government ever before. So much so that we will have not one, not five, but 10 federal budget deficits. Each one of those, be it 10 billion, 20 billion, 25, 50 billion, it gets added to the already almost $1 trillion in government debt. That means, of course, that the priority of paying off the credit card goes from the 10th most important thing that happens in the budget to slowly but surely the 9th, the 7th, the 6th, and in the case of places like Victoria that believe you can ring up debt forever, it ends up going into the top 5 of all things government does. So spare me your care for cost of living, Prime Minister. Spare me your sympathy to the homeowners and mortgage owners of Australia tomorrow, Treasurer. It's all got worse, way worse, on your watch.